What do you do for the start of each new year? Do you set goals or intentions? Listen into today's episode as I share with you my tradition for the start of each new year.
Hello, friends. This is Lynn Schulte, and you are listening to the Birth Healing Summit podcast. We are here for meaningful conversations that will transform the way you work with pregnant and postpartum clients. Whether it is a new perspective, tool, or technique, you'll be able to implement it into your practice today. I invite you to sit back, listen with an open mind, and grab the golden nugget today's guest has to offer. Now let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2025, our first episode of this year. And I am excited to share with you the themes that I am focusing in on this year for the Institute for Birth Healing. And I hope it might spark or inspire some ideas for your own self, your own manifestations of 2025. So each year I like to have a theme that I focus on throughout the year. And this year's theme, actually, three words came up. Usually I focus on one, but three actually came in. And those three words for the year, this year's themes were growth, connection, and choice. And so I want to talk to you about what these three words mean for me and hope that they might inspire you in some way for this year as well. So for me, growth, that wasn't a surprise for me to have this one come up. What I do is I go into contemplation and I really ponder what wants to be brought forth, or what do I want to focus on for the year. And growth is, I would say that this is a continual theme for me. This is not one that is new for me because I have always been one that has, growth for me is just so incredibly important because we're either growing or we're dying. We can't be in neutral. Like our cells are either expanding or they're contracting. Like they can't be in this state of neutrality. And so for me, I'm always choosing growth. I always want to expand myself, to better myself, to continue to grow because the opposite of that is not an option for me. And so for me, when I think about growth, I think of it in three different areas of my life. I think about it personally. How do I want to be a better person out in the world? And then I want to think about professionally, how do I want to grow this year? And then I also think about it spiritually. Like, what am I going to do to grow spiritually this year? And so for me, those are the three focuses when I think about growth. And, I want to expand. I want to be better. And so, what does that require for me in those three areas? And I've already got some ideas and some plans of what I'm focusing in on in growing in those three areas this year. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that. But the next word is connection. And for me, connection is so incredibly important for me. I love connection. I love connecting with other people, period. It could any other warm living body. I want to be connected. I want to try to connect to people, whether it's just smiling at people or saying hello, or getting into a deeper conversation with people. I love that feeling of interaction. And for me, the connection, again, personally, professionally, and spiritually, I want to think about connecting in those three realms of my life. And I want to expand in my connection. So, personally, my goal and my focus this year is I would love to find a romantic interest in my life. I would love to bring a man into my life. I'm setting intentions and doing things to attract to me the right person to share my life with. I absolutely love my life. I am fulfilled in every area of my life except for romantically, and I'm too happy in my life to settle for anything less than perfection. So, but I do have to do things differently this year to expand that. However, I just want to share, I was at my spiritual center where I go once a month to our worship services, and there was a gal giving a talk, and we call it Golden Tongue Wisdom, and she was sharing a story, and at the end of the story she said three words that were golden tongue wisdom for me, and it was, she said, timing of love, and that just pierced a arrow through my heart, and it was like, oh, that's for me. It's the timing of love. I am totally ready. I was ready last year to bring in the man of my dreams, and yet, the timing of love to me was such a message that I can't rush it. I can't force it to happen. I need to allow the timing of love to unfold in the divine timing. And it's not always my timing. So, that to me was a message from Spirit that came through that allowed me to go, oh, okay, I just need to relax. I need to stay open. I need to continue to do my growth, whatever I need to heal within myself to be a receptacle to the right man, to be the to be able to receive the right man when the timing of love is right. So, just wanted to share that little story with you because for me, personal connection is one, finding that romantic connection for myself, but then also connecting with people that I meet out in the world, but also connecting with you all, and that is the professional connection. I absolutely love connecting with you. I love reading your emails and hearing from you. I love hearing the comments that you share on social media. And I love connecting with those that show up live for the courses. And I also love reading the comments that you leave for those that take the courses online. I am constantly in there and reading the comments that you share in the different units of the courses, and I'm replying to you. And so, and I really want to thank all those that have contributed to our surveys. And I love reading what your comments of what you're saying that way. So to me, that connection with you all professionally is just, it means so incredibly much to me. It really warms my heart. It fulfills me in a way that nothing else does. And I'm just so grateful to you. So thank you for those of you that do reach out, and I want to encourage those of you that haven't. I want to hear from you. I want to connect and know more about what can better support you. And as we put out that survey last fall, and we had almost 200 people of you, 200 of you respond to that, and we're reading each and every response and using that moving forward. So we just want to thank you for that, and know that we are doing our best. Myself and my team are doing our best to help give you what it is that you want and need to support you in your growth in being a better professional in whatever it is that you do. So, thank you for letting me know what it is that you do want or need, or when you hear me say something. And I am all for learning and growing. And so, if I'm saying something that doesn't resonate with you, please let me know. I love having an open, honest conversation and dialogue with you. So let's continue that this year, okay? And I encourage those of you that haven't reached out to me to do so and let me know your thoughts on things as well. I just absolutely love that connection that we have. And so I hope to meet more of you at our live courses this year. And yeah, let's continue to grow, and I want to connect with more and more and more and more people as we continue to get this work out into the world and have a more global impact with therapists around the world. So then my spiritual connection to me is, boy, it's all about doing my spiritual exercises. In Eckankar is the spiritual path that I follow, and doing spiritual exercises is a way to strengthen our connection to spirit, to our guides, to strengthen that ability for them to help guide us and uh, direct us in our lives and give us support. And so doing the spiritual exercises, I want to get better at doing more of those. And I'm becoming more involved in my spiritual center and doing more. I'm being asked to do more things. And so that is my way that I am growing and connecting more with my center here locally. And so, yeah, that's how I am connecting more. And then the third word is choice. And that was actually a surprise for me. Like growth and connection, yeah, I get that. But choice, when that came through today or for this year, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense because we all are at choice. We all have the ability to choose what we want. And I truly believe my spiritual path encourages us to remember that we are co-workers with God, spirit, source, universe, whatever you want to call that divine being, that we are co-creators with that, that we, yes, there may be some uh, predestinate pre destination for us, but we have free will. And that free will gives us choice. And it's up to us to choose what it is that we want to create in our life. So again, choice personally, professionally, and spiritually. What am I going to choose personally to expand my growth in a personal level, and that is I'm always looking for ways that I can be a better person and heal myself. We all need to be healing, everybody. If you're not working on yourself and healing yourself, I encourage you to figure out how to do so because that's what helps us to change the most and helps us to show up differently in the world. And once when if we're thinking about choice, we need to become aware of what we need to change. So, awareness is actually the first step in making change. And then once you become aware of something, then you're at choice to choose to do something differently. And so, think about personally, professionally, and spiritually for yourself if this resonates with you. What choices are you going to make differently in 2025? And for me professionally, the choices of where am I going to learn, what conferences am I going to go to, and who am I going to partner with this year? Who am I going to invite to be on the summit and be a part of getting the word out of supporting moms and our clients in a better way. So I'm sitting with that, and I really when I'm making choices, I really do encourage, for me, I focus on allowing spirit to help guide my choices. So usually choices are A or B. Sometimes there might be some other options in there, but usually if do I do this or this? I really like to sit with it and see what spirit wants me to do, see what feels good in my body. There's a lot of things that I know we all know we need to do differently, and sometimes we might be lazy, we might feel comfortable doing the same thing over and over again. But if you're wanting to get different results this year, guys, we need to be making different choices. And so to me, this is my challenge to maybe not sit on the couch and watch Netflix at night. Maybe it's I need to get out and do things and connect with other people and be more active outside of my house. So that's going to be my challenge this year is less Netflix at night and more connection and engagement with others in the evening time. And yeah, I'm curious and yeah, the choice for spiritual growth is definitely more spiritual exercises. In Eckankar, the path that I follow, it's all about spiritual exercises to strengthen that connection to spirit so that you get greater guidance along the way. And, spiritual exercises, it's a muscle. That spiritual connection is like a muscle and it needs to strengthen. And the more we can connect into that, I'm really good for doing it for my clients and staying connected to help get information for them. And to be honest, I'm not always so great about doing that for myself. And I find that I tend to do it more when I need, when I feel like things aren't going well or when I'm in trouble or not really trouble, but just, I'm not liking the way things are going, then I'm more willing to do it. But when things are smooth and flowing, yeah, I don't choose to do it as much. So that is a choice that I am making. And this year, I'm going to start making different choices. Okay. You guys can check in with me and see how that goes later on this year. But those are the things that I am going to be focusing in on in 2025, focusing in on growth, both personally, professionally, and spiritually, and connection, personally, professionally, spiritually, and choice when it comes to my personal, professional, and spiritual life. So I am curious what your theme is for this year. So reach out, comment on social for me. Let me know what your theme is for the year, and I'd love to hear from you. So stay connected to me, please. Want to hear more from you this year. We're going to do our best through our social media, through our emails that we send out twice a week, through the podcast, through the Birth Healing Summit, through our courses. I have a new course coming up this year that is going to focus on pregnancy. And so be looking for that in May, early May, we'll be launching that new course. And so I just want to thank each and every one of you for listening in to the podcast and to sharing your comments and your ideas with us, staying connected to me. And please help share the podcast with your colleagues, with friends that might need to hear this information. We really want to expand our reach this year. And so I appreciate your help in helping us to do that. So thank you, everybody. Here is to a fabulous 2025 for all of us. Let's create a wonderful 2025, and let's all continue to grow and connect and know that we are at choice in creating the lives that we truly want. So thank you for listening in, everybody. Here is to a fabulous 2025 and to smoother births and faster recoveries. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Today's podcast was brought to you by the Institute for Birth Healing. To discover more, visit instituteforbirthhealing.com. To claim $50 off of any online course, use coupon code PODCAST50 at checkout. Till next time, I'm Lynn Schulte, founder of the Institute for Birth Healing.